Welcome to the Pavillion Inn. If there's anything I can get you, just let me know. We don't get many visitors through here, unless they're headed up to High Hrothgar, of course. Let me see that. I can't believe this. It was all just a fabrication of this Windelius character. I can't believe we were so stupid. Well, least I can do is give you something for taking care of him. If you won't accept it as a payment, consider it a gift. The Greybeards are a solid. We get the occasional pilgrim passing through here on their way to the summit, but almost all of them have returned disappointed.
If you're looking for a challenge, a few drinks, a few laughs, and a Ha! We'll see about that. This is a special brew. Very strong stuff. Let's get started. Maybe you... I'll start round one. Down the hatch.
I think you should continue with your performances.
What's the point? I'm not very good, and it's only for the same few people every night.
Your turn.
I think you played beautifully.
One down, my friend. One down.
Here we go.
All right, I suppose it's the least...
Until next time. And how about you? So says you. I think I've hit my limit on these things. Tell you what, one more and you win the contest. Wow, you've really done it. The staff is yours. You know, you're a fun person to drink with. I know this great little place where the wine flows like water. We should head there. Hey, you don't look so good.
Wake up. That's right. It's time to wake up, you drunken blasphemer. Of course, you don't remember getting here. I'm guessing you also don't remember coming in here and blathering incoherently about marriage or a goat. Which means you don't remember losing your temper and throwing trash all over the temple. Well, you were deep in your cups when you got here. You were ranting, but most of it was slurred. You said something about Rorikstead.
I feel terrible. How are you feeling? That was quite a night, I think. Me too. It feels like a dragon relieved himself in my head. This is why I do not usually drink heavily. I wonder what came over me. Did I ever? The last thing I recall is you saying, "Go on, you are still blue. Drink more." Then there was a lot of running in the dark and laughing. Beyond that, I only remember fragments. A short steed? Feathers? Nothing more. Yes, it is a fearful mystery. One we should probably get to the bottom of. My head is thumping. Let us go discover the damage.
What do you need? All right then. What can I do for you? Excellent. What shall we work on this time? Oh, I do find it tiresome lugging heavy armor around. But if it keeps me safe... I felt that. Felt that too. On we go.
Days like this, it feels good to be out of the city, away from people.
Mercy and blessing.
Someone do something!
You've got a lot of nerve showing yourself in this town again. What do you have to say for yourself? Is that so? Does the name Daedra ring a bell? The star beauty of my farm? Kidnapped by a drunk lout and sold to a giant? You better remember her right fast before I call the guards and have you hauled away. You're damn right it does. I'll never breed another prize-winning goat like Daedra. And don't you think of coming back to Rorikstead until you get her back from that giant. You really don't remember stealing a goat and selling her to a giant? Are you thick? Go get her. At least she's bound to follow you back. You smell just like the fermented feet she likes. I suppose that makes sense. You didn't mention a Sam, and nothing you said about the staff made sense. You left a note, but it was mostly gibberish. The only bit I could make out was after repaying Isolde in Whiterun.
Lucien made quick. He was so smart he made the Dwemer look thick.
If you're thinking of setting up to farm, you picked the right place.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
Need something?
If you've got some business in Rorikstead, you should start by speaking to Juan.
Until next time.
If you need a meal or room, I've got both. People say there's someone in Riften that can change your face, make you look completely different. Do you believe that?
Isolde? I vaguely remember her quizzing me about being Khajiiti. I may not have been entirely honest about her anatomy. If you need anything else, just ask.
If you're thinking of setting up to farm...
You look like
picked
you've seen
the
your
right
share of
place.
adventure. I envy you that. In fact, maybe you can help me with something. Born and raised right here in Rorikstead. My father was a soldier. He fought in the Great War, and when it was over, he retired here to raise a family. My mother passed away when I was just a babe, so he did his best to raise me on his own. It's not the most exciting place in the world, but the people here work hard. They don't cause trouble for anyone. I want to be an adventurer like you. My father says I can't. He says he needs me to stay here and work the farm. And even if he did let me be an adventurer,
Good day, Lemkin.
we couldn't
I
afford.
saw some nice dresses
His name is
for the
Meralki.
girls while
and he's the innkeeper here. I hope you could change his mind.
We don't need your charity,
Thank you.
Breton.
I can't stand the thought of being trapped in this village for the rest of my days.
Peace and prosperity are all the good folk of Rorikstead want in life.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out. If you need a meal or room, I've got both. My son? Eric? What about him? Did something happen? Is he all right? But the world is a dangerous place. Eric has no idea what he's getting himself into. What's more, he's got no armor. I'll have to save up the money for it. You would give your own coin to help my son? I'm moved by your compassion. Your kind deed will not go unrewarded, my friend. Tell Eric I've changed my mind and will visit Whiterun soon to fit him for armor.
Speak to me. Okay, let us get back to it.
Well, if it isn't the slayer of the Glenmorron witches, how can I assist you?
Did you have any luck talking to my father? I can't thank you enough, friend. I hope you'll come back to Rorikstead soon and pay me a visit. Maybe we can swap stories about our adventures over a mug of ale at the inn.
I saw some nice dresses for your little girls while I was in Whiterun.
I'd better get
I'd be
going.
happy to purchase them if you like.
Do yourself a favor and don't have children. They're good for nothing at all. We don't need your charity, Breton. If my girls deserve something nice, it'll be their father who buys it.
If you're thinking of setting up to farm, you picked the right place. Secret? There are no secrets here, my curious friend. Our prosperity is simply the result of hard work. Have you met Rorik? He owns these lands, and it's from him that our village gets. Rorik fought for the Empire in the Great War. We were as close as kinsmen, and when Rorik returned home, I came with him. I'm happy to spend my twilight years here with my good friend.
So, you're finally back. Look, I've been patient, but you still owe me.
Keep up, Lucien. He was probably studying
Oh, what's wrong? Did the engagement fall through? Look, how about we call it even, as long as you bring back the wedding ring? That's really a shame. I was so looking forward to the wedding. You said you'd have all the most interesting guests. You went right out to give it to your fiancé. Don't you even remember? And after you told me that sweet story of how you met in Witchmist Grove, I can see why she left you. Decided to go through with it then. I know you couldn't have forgotten about your fiancé. You spoke of her so glowingly. I don't know much about Morvenskar, but it sounded like a lovely place for the ceremony. Congratulations. Yeah, these Khajiit make a living traveling the roads and selling their wares. It's got to be tough. Skyrim's a hard enough land when you've got a roof over your head. Worst thing is, nobody wants them in the cities. Nobody trusts them.
Matter of fact, I do. They've been fair enough with me, far as I can tell. And a Nord knows a liar when she sees one. About the same as everyone else. They're the catfolk of Elsewhere. Way I hear it, Elsewhere ain't nothing like Skyrim. It's got tropical forests and dusty badlands. It sounds awful. Farewell. It's a fine day with you around.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
Oh, why yes, I am. Well, I have a decent suit of armor and a well-made steel blade. And I'm Breton. Oh, not really to speak of, like, war or anything. The Great War ended when I was just a kid. But I did see a mud crab down by the water recently. I stayed clear of him, though. They're horrible creatures. Oh, please, please don't say that. I made it all the way here from High Rock on my own. I know I can do it if you just give me a chance. And no one in my family ever did anything exciting. No one has been on any adventures or done any exploring. In fact, I'm the first one in my family to ever travel this far. I come from a long line of boring non-adventurers, all the way back to my great-great-grandfather, Nondrick. The most exciting thing he ever did was pick flowers and get chased by a wolf. But I want to be the first to break that tradition. So please, please, at least let me try. I promise you won't be disappointed. Oh, like a test. And if I make it there, I pass. Very clever.
Well met, Traveler. What brings you to Whiterun? Ah, so it's gold. You need only ask about it. Plenty of folk in Whiterun with too much fat and gold to be bothered doing anything for themselves. May your sword be sharp.
Careful there, friend.
And your tongue sharper.
I ain't done nothing.
What can I do for you?
in Whiterun is terrible. Shameful is what it is.
I'm sure we've got something you need. Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead.
Not here. I told you to meet me.
Swagger and brandish his blade as he told of both battles and gold he had made.